Yeah, thank you very much. It's good to be here. Actually, I spent this morning my 15 minutes of fame this morning when I paid the farewell visit to the Secretary General. I'm finishing my tenure here in the next 6 weeks, we were laughing in the beginning that the Secretary General here saw well rehearsed lines for the departing ambassadors, telling them how they are performing great and making the country looking good, and it was so smooth that I almost believed it. But it's good to be here with you and also with my colleague from Spain, because in my earlier part of career I happened to participate in the launch of the Alliance of Civilizations in Madrid with our then president, and I've always been a great admirer of Mr. Moratinos, a great foreign minister of Spain, but also a great European diplomat who has a global world view, and I think it's an asset that we have him here with the Alliance now. I have, like Augustine, I have some prepared remarks here which I will use, but actually I wanted to make perhaps three points. One is related to the symposium you mentioned in the beginning. Finland, indeed, we hosted the Youth and Peace Mediation Symposium. We co-hosted it with the governments of Qatar and Colombia last March, and together with the UN and the civil society. The attendance was very good. We had more than 100 participants from around the world, many of them representing conflict regions, and one way or the other being involved in the conflict, either as victims or as activists promoting the solution. So we had really some first-hand information from the ground. We had also the UN youth representative, Ms. Jayatma Vikramanayake, whose name I had to rehearse for a very, very long time to get it right. But now it's flowing like water. It's not too bad. And I think the outcome report is still being worked on, but it will be something which will actually corroborate and support the observation of the importance of the need for disaggregated data also in this context. And our friends from Qatar, they have already declared that they will organize the next conference of that kind in Doha in the coming year, 2020. So there will be an opportunity to continue the discussion and also build on the findings of the previous discussions in the Security Council and the resolutions and in the Helsinki Symposium. Another point I would like to mention, maybe when you are doing your outreach with different governments on the subject of youth, we borrowed the idea of creating national action plan for a Security Council resolution. And the origin was Security Council Resolution 1325, Women, Peace and Security, where Finland has already drafted its third version, updated version of the National Action Plan. And now the idea is to create another network, which is similar to the Women, Peace and Security Network in Finland, but it's a Youth Peace and Security Network, which then would work together to create a national action plan for the implementation of the Resolution 2250. And I think that's sort of innovation, if you want to call it that, which could be scaled also to other environments and countries. So I leave this with you, idea for free. And Yes, the Alliance of Civilization we have cooperated with, and we are funding the youth-related programs, and we are very interested in listening to this discussion. I myself, unfortunately, I have to move to the next meeting, but our team will be here and take note of the discussion and see which direction you are going. Augustine, you listed a number of facts which are describing the realities we are living in, and I think that's a new context. And also the Agenda 2030 is a new context, and we have to adapt our work, and the Alliance has to adapt its work in the new environment. The third and final point I would like to make is it's a paradox. If you look at the political situation in this country and also in Europe and actually in some other parts of the world as well, you see some really dark clouds in the form of populism and nationalism on the race, and I'm talking really from the Finnish experience here, because we have parliamentary elections on Sunday, and our anti-EU, anti-immigration party is polling at 15%, 15% at the moment, and this is, of course, concern, I think, and we are not the only country. Our neighbor Sweden, similar, and many other countries in Europe are experiencing this. But then the paradox is that at the same time we have an unforeseen civic movement going on, and we have seen it taking shape in youth climate change marches, boycotting schools, well, not boycotting, but taking one day off from school in order to demonstrate against climate change. And I see from my own children in the early 20s growing consciousness and responsibility. And I think this is a paradox that you have these two trends. And I think what we need to do is to build on the second trend, obviously, and somehow channel this energy, which is in the civil society and the youth movements, into political activism. And I mean, to put it in one sentence, go and vote. I mean, in Finland and in the US and many industrialized countries, the political participation of the youth is very low. I mean, if you look at the participation on the election day, the youth is scoring the lowest, and it's the generation which is even older than us, which is the most active one. It's the pensioners who are the highest voting segment of the society. And I mean, this is what you see in political decision making. So I think the lesson to be taken here is that participation in political life would be benefiting us. But I thank you really for this opportunity. I think you make the saddest conference room of the UN looking good. And I wish you a good discussion. Thank you very much.
Thank you.